Hey guys, what is up? Today we are doing a story time. So this is like a bit of a different video, but you know what? I just wanted to try something different. So we have a kid here who is wants doesn't want to go to the mall, but his mom makes him. And I'll leave the rest up to for your imagination. So this kid named Kevin, he's going to the mall with his mom. He doesn't really want to though, but you know what? It's just gonna be fine. So they're driving. His mom telling him what a great time they'll have, and like he's just gonna get some shoes and stuff. So he's like, okay, mom, okay. So they get to the parking lot. You know, it's a mall, so like they have to drive around for a bit. While they're driving around, though, they see this kid who who's about to like start bawling in in the parking lot. And Kevin's like, "Okay, is that guy okay or something? Something wrong? Like, what just happened?" He looks ahead, he looks behind him, nothing's going on that would like make someone want to like I don't know. That would make someone want to like start crying. Like, this isn't Bird Box, bro. Um, but anyways, if anyone got that reference, I don't know where it came from, but I just said it. But so they eventually get a parking spot, and they're getting in, and they see, and Kevin says sees ahead of him. His mom is still hasn't noticed, but Kevin sees ahead of him, like again, this kid who's about to start crying, but now he's like, you could see like a tear rolling down his face, but now he's starting to tear up and stuff, and his mom is like holding his hand like, come on, man. And this guy looks about Kevin's age, and he's like 13 years old. um but yeah, so Kevin just puts it aside. Kevin just puts it aside. Maybe he's just having a bad day, but little did he know, it would make this kid would make his Kevin's day a bad day. So while Kevin is thinking to himself, "Oh, I hope this kid has a better day," he and his mom is walking to the cafeteria to just have some food. They probably got some pizza or something. But in the cafeteria, they see the kid, and this guy isn't just like, "Oh no, he's not like whimpering, he's not bawling." This kid is actually full on crying and screaming. And this kid is again, this kid is like around Kevin's age. So it's like, this is kind of like, dude, come on. This is like kind of this is just kind of awkward, man. And so he 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 goes to the cafeteria, eats his lunch, then he goes to the shoe store. On his way to the shoe store, he's again following this kid who who is literally crying and bawling while the mother's just like, okay, okay, this kid just isn't just this kid is getting to me, you know. So he's at the shoe store. Just till you know it, the kid's at the shoe store too. So this kid is like, "Oh, I don't want those kinds of shoes." And Kevin's just like, "Dude, obviously it's none of Kevin's business, but it's like it's kind of hard to ignore. Everyone in the store is like, dude, like just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean us and we have to have a bad day. So he's like, "Oh, I don't want these shoes," and he's like throwing an actual tantrum. He's like, "Oh, I don't want these shoes," while crying. He's like, "Oh, I don't want these shoes." I probably said that like 4 times at this point, and it's gotten to the point now where he's like throwing shoes all over the place, and he's just like, "Oh, like." He's just throwing shoes and Kevin's mom gets up. Kevin's mom gets up because like can help with the kid, and Kevin's mom can be like the moral support for the mom. Kevin walks over. Kevin walks over, and he's like, "Hey man, are you okay? Is there anything I could help you with?" He said. Then the kid said, "No, I don't want your help." And it's like, okay, I'm gonna just what kind of shoes do you want? And he's like, I want Jordans. And just so you know, this was a Vans store. There weren't any like other shoe stores, which was kind of inconvenient. But like Vans are good. Vans are pretty good because I don't know. I think they have sneakers, but I wouldn't know. But he said like, oh, I don't. Kevin said, oh, I don't really have. They don't really have any sneakers here because it's a van store. He said, well, and then the kid said, well, I want Jordans. And Kevin just decided to say, okay, and then just walk away. And Kevin found his pair. It was like these blue Vans. It was pretty cool. So they paid for it, then got out. And when they were paying for it, the spoiled kid went outside the store, take a took a left. This is very important because when Kevin left the store, he took a left. So he he was on he was on the spoiled kid's tail. And so when he decided to get his clothes and shirts, the spoiled kid decided to get his clothes and sport and shirts too. So then the Kevin walks into, well, I don't know, whatever, the Gap store, let's call it. And the kid is there. The kid is there. And Kevin already knew from his past experiences, oh no, this kid's about to cause a scene. And so he's just like, oh no, it's gonna happen again. So, and guess what? It did happen again. The kid wanted these types of shirts, but they didn't have those types of shirts. So what would the kid do instead of just asking to go to a different store? He may be saying like, just like leave the store, find like some another clothes store. No, no, the kid didn't do that because like then he wouldn't get any attention. So he starts throwing around the clothes, starts like unfolding all the clothes, throwing them on the ground. Like, you know, those stands with like the pants on them? He starts like going down with his hand. Like, he puts his hand at the end of the table and then starts running, and every time he runs, more clothes and clothes fall down. So obviously the Gap store worker was like, why do I have this job, man? Oh jeez. And it's like Kevin was looking at the store, the Gap store people, and he just felt sorry. He just felt sorry for them. So when when it was eventually time for the spoiled kid to leave, he didn't leave, and he pointed to Kevin and he said, "Hey, you have been following me and recording me, haven't you?" And Kevin's like, "No, man, I've just been on like a holiday with my mom." So the spoiled kid's like, "No, you haven't. You've been trying to frame me." And Kevin's like, "Dude, no, I haven't. The only thing I've been doing is watching you throwing a tantrum." Obviously, he didn't say that, but it's like, dude, you're being delusional. You can't expect people to just carry on with their day. Meanwhile, you're throwing around cargo pants. So this kid, this spoiled kid, starts like pushing around Kevin, like trying to start a fight. And Kevin's mom is looking for other clothes, and the spoiled kid's mom is trying to fix all the clothes that the Gap workers have to fix and stuff. So they don't notice that Kevin and the spoiled kid are trying to fight. Well, it's just the spoiled kid who's trying to fight. And this spoiled kid isn't he's not like short, he's about Kevin's size. It's like the normal spoiled uh guy kid's money. Like the papa guy. So he wants he wait, where was I? Oh yeah, he starts fighting. They start fighting. Kevin doesn't really start fighting because he doesn't want to just add into it. But the spoiled kid's like, what? What you gonna do, huh? 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 What you gonna do, huh? 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 What you gonna do, huh? It's just like Kevin's like, dude, I'm not gonna do anything. And then as soon as Kevin gets fed up and like just starts pushing him back, his I kid you not, this kid starts bawling on the ground, just absolutely screaming, with like his head and his hands over his head, and is like someone just punched him in the face. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was actually crying, because that looked real. He looked like he was actually hurt. And so Kevin was just standing there awkwardly, just looking around, like, "Bro, is this real right now? Is this happening? Because like, there's no way that this kid is actually about to crawl on the ground and say that I hit him and punched him in the face." But guess what? The kid said, he punched me. He punched me. I don't love yeah. Mommy, yeah. And like, so his mom comes, and she's like, oh, she knows what happened, because she could probably hear his kid, like her kid, just like trying to get strike up beef with Kevin. He's like, and she's like, oh gosh, this happened again. It happened again. So sorry. I know what happened. Um, just here's like a couple bucks for the embarrassment you just went through. Like Kevin was like, oh, money. Okay, I ain't complaining. So then he goes back to his mom's, and his mom is like paying for all the stuff. And his mom's like, "Oh, did you see what happened with that kid?" And Kevin's like, "Believe me, I did. I did. Um, so everything happens happily ever after. Kevin goes back with some nice clothes, nice shoes. He never really saw the spoiled kid again except for his school. So yeah. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Subscribe, like, do all the analytic things, and see you next time.